So this is just a quick video to go over how to solve limit questions in Deltamath. It's actually pretty easy, but it kind of helps to kind of have a little bit of a background on how to do it. That way you don't struggle for 3 problems until you figure it out on your own. So let me just quickly show you this problem here. So it talks about entering in X values into the table below. So you're actually not, you're creating a table just like we did in class, but they're doing it in a really cool way. It's really easy and it requires no calculator. So they want us to find several things at the bottom of the screen here. They want us to find the limit as we approach 1 from the left. They want us to find the limit as we approach 1 from the right. They want us to find the overall limit as we approach from both sides. And they want us to find f of 1. So this is how this table works, right? So for example, if I want to find f of 1, all I got to do is plug in 1. So I type in 1 where that little box for x and hit try value, and boom, it tells you the answer. So it says it's undefined. So in f of 1 at 1, we are undefined. So I'm going to plug undefined in there. Now, we want to figure out what happens as we get really, really close to 1 from the left. So that would be like 0.99. So you could actually go into this box and type in 0.99 and hit enter or hit try value, and it gives you the answer. And then I would suggest, it's because it's so fast and easy, get closer. And then get closer. And then the nice thing is, I think I love this, is that whatever you typed in previous types up again, so you just keep adding on 9s, and it's pretty obvious that as we approach 1 from the left-hand side, we're getting closer and closer to negative 1.5. And I accidentally typed in negative 1.56, negative 1.5. All right, then we want to approach 1 from the right. So now we're going to go back inside a box. You can delete anything that's there. And let's do like 1.001. That is obviously just to the right of 1. And we get negative 1.002. Okay, and then again, just get closer. Just type in some more zeros and then get closer. And then type in some more zeros and get closer. You can even type in like a 2, 3. It doesn't matter what you type in. But again, at this point, they're just saying, hey, you're getting really, really close to negative 1. So from the right-hand side, we're getting closer to negative 1. So we type that in there. Then we got to answer the question about the overall limit. Well, remember what we learned in this newest video over one-sided limits. The only way the overall limit exists is if both sides are converging onto the same value. Well, based on doing my testing, I just found out that the left side goes to negative 1.5, whereas the right side goes to negative 1. And since those answers aren't the same, the limit does not exist. Pretty easy there. Hit submit answers. Make sure it's all exactly as you want, and you'll get that green check. All right, here's another example. This time they want us to approach negative 5. So just be careful. When you approach a negative, make sure you understand that the left side of it would be actually past negative 5. It's like negative 5.001. And the right side would be just before. It's like negative 4.999. And again, so cool that they have this table where you can just type this in. Really, it's so much faster than using your calculator. It's just slower on your calculator. So again, I want to approach negative 5 from the left. So negative 5.001. And then, whoa, wait a minute, 600,000? What? Okay, let's get closer, closer and closer. Wow, oh my gosh. So again, I'm going really, really big. So this is where I'm going to use the infinity symbol, right? So as I get closer to negative 5 from the left, my values just keep getting massively bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's going to be infinity. And then approaching it from the right-hand side. So once again, I'm going to clear this one out. The right-hand side would be like negative 4.99. And then negative 4.9999999. Sorry, I typed in too much there. And again, once again, the numbers are getting massively more negative, but in a negative direction. So this answer here would be negative infinity. And because the two limits are certainly not coming together, infinity is not a number, then the overall limit would be does not exist. The limit cannot exist if the two sides are not approaching the same value. And then lastly, they also want us to investigate what happens at negative 5. Well, all you got to do is type in negative 5. It's so easy. Obviously, the answer is undefined. And hit that submit answer, get that green check, and you're good to go. And here's one more problem that is a graph, and they give you tons of different questions. Some questions will only give you one limit. Some will give you multiple. So again, just answer everything you can based on the graph. And they want us to explore what happens as we approach negative 6. So remember, you've got the graph in front of you. So we look at negative 6 and says, what happens as you approach negative 6 from the left-hand side? Well, if the left-hand side looks like it's getting closer to 0. What about the right-hand side? Well, the right-hand side looks like it's getting closer to 0 as well. And since both sides are converging on the same value, 0, Your overall limit as you approach -6 is also 0. And then finally, they want us to say, hey, well, what's happening at -6? Well, there is a dot at -6, but that dot, that point, is up at 1. And again, submit answer, make sure it's exactly what you wanted, and get that green check mark. All right, so make sure you understand that. It's pretty nice and simple, pretty easy, and makes it, I think, pretty easy to work on these problems in Deltamath.